We're about to dig into some of the oldest financial wisdom that's ever been recorded. We're talking thousands of years ago, back in the legendary, wealthy city of Babylon. What we're going to uncover are these simple, timeless truths about money that are, believe it or not, just as powerful today as they were back then.
So let me ask you this. What if the real path to financial freedom wasn't some complicated new strategy or a hot stock tip, but a set of simple stories carved onto clay tablets thousands of years ago? Well, that's the core idea we're pulling from the absolute classic, The Richest Man in Babylon.
All right, so our story starts with this guy named Bansir. Now, Bansir was the best chariot builder in the entire city, a true master of his craft. He worked hard, day in and day out. But when he looked at his nearly empty money bag, he was just deeply frustrated. He was skilled, he was always busy, but he was still broke.
He turned to his friend, Kobe, a talented musician who felt the exact same way, and he asked this question. And it's a question that, honestly, still echoes today. I work so hard. I earn a decent living. So why do I have absolutely nothing to show for it? Why is my purse always empty?
This right here is what the book calls the lean purse problem. You know that feeling of being on a treadmill? Money comes in, money goes right back out, but you never actually get ahead? It's basically the ancient Babylonian version of living paycheck to paycheck.
And this is where their journey really starts. They had this massive realization. The problem wasn't that they weren't working hard enough. Not at all. The problem was they didn't understand the rules of building wealth. They were just missing the knowledge. So they made a decision. They decided to stop just working harder and to start working smarter. Their quest for this financial wisdom led them to one single source. One man who they believed held all the answers they were looking for.
You see, their old friend Arcad hadn't started out with any more advantages than they had, but now he was famously known as the richest man in Babylon. His wealth was legendary. They thought, okay, if anyone has the answers, it has to be Arcad. So when they went to Arcad, he didn't give them some complex formula or a spreadsheet. No, instead, he just shared a story. His own story about his own humble beginnings and the one simple secret that changed absolutely everything for him.
So Arcad started his career as a simple scribe, carving records onto clay tablets for just a few coppers a day. But one day, this very wealthy moneylender named Algamish needed a job done impossibly fast. Arcad saw his chance. He worked through the entire night to get it done, and in exchange, he didn't ask for money. He asked for wisdom. And this was the secret Algamish shared. He said, "I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep." Now just let that sink in for a second. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But that one idea, that is the key to everything.
And what part was that? Algamish told him to start with no less than 1/10. That's it. For every 10 coins that came into his purse, he was to take one out for himself first and keep it. That was the real beginning. This is the principle of paying yourself first. Before you pay for your rent, your food, or anything else, before anyone gets a piece of your earnings, you take your share and you put it aside. That money isn't just there to cover your expenses, it is the seed of your future wealth. Now that first secret is the foundation, right? But Arcad also shared a whole blueprint for building on top of it. He called them the 7 cures for a lean purse. And they're basically the practical step-by-step guide to financial freedom. So the first cure, we just learned it. Start thy purse to fattening by saving at least 10%. But that's just the start. The next steps are all about controlling your spending, making that saved money work for you, and, crucially, guarding it from being lost. Okay, the second cure is all about budgeting. Arcad warns that our necessary expenses, and I'm using air quotes here, had this funny way of expanding to meet our income. Sound familiar to anyone? Yeah, it's what we now call lifestyle inflation. The cure is to consciously separate your true needs from your desires, and then learn to live on the other 9/10 of your income, or even less.
The third cure is maybe my favorite. It's about making your gold multiply. This is just the ancient way of talking about investing. Arcad explains that every single coin you save is like a little worker or a seed, and your job is to put these workers to work, to plant them where they can grow into a tree of wealth that eventually gives you a whole new stream of income. And that leads right into the fourth cure, guarding your treasures from loss. Arcad learned this one the hard way for sure. His very first investment was a total disaster. He gave all his savings to a brickmaker to go buy rare jewels. The problem? A brickmaker knows about bricks, not jewels. He lost everything. His next investment, though, was with a shield maker to buy bronze, a business a shield maker actually understood, and that one paid him a steady profit. The lesson is crystal clear. Invest only where your money is safe, and always seek advice from people who have proven they know what they're talking about. It's so easy to just dismiss these as simple little stories from a long-gone era, but the principles are truly timeless. I mean, the language of sandals and shekels translates directly into our world of automatic transfers and index funds. It's the same stuff. Seriously, if you remember only one thing from all of this, let it be this one sentence. It's the key that unlocks absolutely everything else. It's a declaration of your own financial independence, and it's the simple, unchanging law of wealth. A part of all you earn is yours to keep.
So the final question really isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. The book describes your income like a stream of gold just flowing past you, and you have the power to reach in and divert some of it into your own personal reservoir. The only question left is, how much are you going to choose to save for yourself?